what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you think and we can have some more fun.
Welcome to a new episode of Stealing Home, the most unserious show in baseball, brought to you by the best brother and sister duo in baseball. I'm Lisa. This is my brother Anthony, and we've got potentially the best show ever for you tonight.
That might be the first time we've said that this year. So that's how
I think it is.
That's how you know we're
I think it
serious.
is. I knew something was missing when I started.
This is going to be the best show we've ever had. And we say that, or used to say it every week, but this is real life.
But this time we mean it. And because we mean it, you should like and subscribe right now. Leave a comment about whatever we get wrong today or whatever we get super right today. Leave a comment, please. Let us know.
Probably the latter, because we're never wrong. And we mean it every time we say it, that this is going to be the best show ever. We mean it every time. And every show that comes out one-ups the other one.
You mean it every time. I mean it like 25% of the time.
You don't believe
But today I mean it.
You don't believe
today
in our show. You don't believe in our show.
Today is one of the days that I do in fact mean it.
And newly converted Rays fan, what are you wearing? Oh, that's Japan. I thought those were pinstripes from the Yankees for a second.
Nope. Think again.
That is a Tampa tarpon hat, which is the Yankee minor league team.
It is, but it is Tampa adjacent. Look, it's the hat I had next to me. But this is my Ohtani jersey, my Japan jersey that I love and cherish, and sits in my office in case someone calls me while I'm at work and I have to turn on my camera.
That's your go-to work outfit?
It's right there. It's like very easy to throw on.
All right, well.
You're like, wow, she takes baseball real seriously.
Speaking of pinstripes and Yankees, we'll be talking a lot about the Yankees and a lot about Aaron Judge, who might be the best hitter on the planet. Maybe. We'll talk about that later. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and look at the weekly matchups, if that's cool with you, my lovely sister.
Yeah, let's talk about the matchups of the week, the weekly matchups.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so this is what happened for the midweek results, for the midweek matchups of the midweek. Anything jump at you here?
I mean, obviously, hide the side night in the Razors because the Rays got swept by Kansas City.
That's actually at least something different. Usually they're the most average team in baseball and they stay around 500.
True.
At least they committed to something. It's not winning. It's not
True.
winning. You'd rather commit to winning, but they committed
Now,
to losing.
Is that the A's I see winning a series against the Rangers? What is going on out there in formerly Oakland, now Sacramento?
I don't even have the standings set up for this show, but if you look at the standings and pull them up, the A's, I'm pretty sure, are in second place in the American League West. So welcome to relevancy, Oakland. Oakland. Wow, what a mess.
Formerly known as Oakland, currently Sacramento.
Yeah, Sacramento. Jeez. But yeah, they're 19-16. They're 2 games back from the Mariners, so.
Wow.
Right?
What a time. How does this hold up for them?
Probably not. But it's fun while it's lasting. It's fun while it's lasting.
This might be the only new season plot that we've gotten this season.
From the script
I feel
writers.
Yeah, I feel like everything else has been pretty much par for the course, but apparently the intrigue is coming from this tiny little elephant on a ball.
Huge win, huge sweep from the San Diego Padres, beating the Giants and sweeping them at home. That was huge for them. And then Mets losing to the Diamondbacks. Looks like they're starting to struggle a little bit. They're still in first, but they had a rough go for a little while. Houston beating Detroit, and Detroit's a real good team. The Braves, I think, are starting to heat up a little bit. They're starting to become relevant. And the Cubs.
You can't say that when I'm seeing them against the Rockies.
You know what? Yeah, that is okay. Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
She knows ball.
Does a girl with a jersey like this not know ball?
Yeah, Ohtani jersey.
Potentially.
She's certified. If I see a girl with an Ohtani jersey, she's certified ball knower, in my opinion.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say I don't know. She might just be on a trend.
Either that or she's really into anime and loves Japan culture. But yeah, I think girl with Ohtani jersey, ball knower. Let's look at the weekend matchups or weekend results. What?
A Japan Ohtani jersey. This isn't a Dodgers jersey. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. No, you're Samurai Japan, right? That's certified ball knower or anime freak. So you're
No, I'm currently an anime character. I don't know if you can tell. You should put the filter on that makes me look like a cartoon.
That was my bad attempt at that. All right. So, wow. Oh, okay. Is this getting mildly messed up? I don't know. No,
We're just gonna push through.
Okay, let's look at the weekend results here. Braves taking a series from the Dodgers. The Royals taking one from the Orioles, which the Orioles, are they running out of time and turning this season around? Still a lot of baseball left to be played. And you're talking about cyanide razors. How about the Rays going up to New York and putting belt to ass on the Yankees? I enjoyed that as a Rays fan.
I feel like belt to ass is what the Padres did to the Pirates, a sweep. It's not belt to ass unless it's a total sweep.
Yeah, San Diego, 2 sweeps in a row, sweeping the Giants and then going up and sweeping the Pittsburgh Pirates, which talk about 2 teams, the Orioles and the Pirates, 2 teams where, I mean, the Pirates have Paul Skeens and the Jones pitcher, Jared Jones, nasty pitchers, and they got like a decent opportunity to ride those pitchers and be a good team. And you got the Orioles who have a great young core, and then owners who just don't want to do anything with it. Specifically more so on the Pirates, but damn, it's kind of tough to see because those 2 fan bases are fun to watch when they're good, especially Pittsburgh, but the owner sucks. So
Were you even alive the last time Pittsburgh was good? Like, what are you talking about?
2013.
Okay. Fair enough.
2013, don't try me. 2013, I remember watching the playoff game, National League wildcard game, Pirates versus Reds, Johnny Cueto on the mound, Pittsburgh chanting.
And where were you?
I was in Pop's room actually watching the game with Pop, and Johnny Cueto was on the mound and dropped the ball because the entire Pittsburgh PNC Park was chanting his name. Look it up if you haven't seen it. It's actually insane. Maybe I should show you.
I will. That sounds crazy.
They were saying Cueto, Cueto, and Cueto was getting flustered. Dropped the ball while he was trying to fix his hat. He stood off the mound to try to regain focus. Dropped the ball. Everyone started laughing at him and pointing and going, "Ha! He dropped the ball. What an idiot!" And then they started going Cueto, Cueto, and Russell Martin.
You have to put me on a watch list.
Russell Martin. You didn't even hear the best part yet. Russell Martin, who is a catcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So don't test my knowledge. I was locked in 2013 watching this game. It was a blackout too for the Buccos. But Russell Martin on the next pitch after Cueto dropped the ball and everyone pointed and laughed at him, hits a home run. And then the chants got louder. So we need that kind of Pittsburgh back. We need that. We're talking about Pittsburgh. You got the Steelers, the Penguins. Let's get the Pirates relevant again. And they got Andrew McCutchen. It's like perfect storytelling, but the owner sucks. So that stinks. At least Oakland, formerly known as Oakland, won a series against the Marlins as well. And the White Sox, look at them. They said
they're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
It's becoming, at first it was a race to the bottom, but now I think it's been pretty solidified. These Rockies are really, there's 2 plot lines in this season so far. One, the Rockies came to take the crown from the White Sox, and 2, the A's potentially might be relevant. That's the only thing we've got going so far.
Yeah, sadly. And I guess I see a mistake I made. I don't...
That, and also my third favorite plot line, and this might just be for me, is Juan Soto overrated?
Oh, a lot of baseball left to be played. Maybe that's a good topic we should have talked about today. Hopefully he sucks for another week, and then we could talk about it next week.
Yeah, we can talk about it next week. And you know what? He might just.
He might just. Let me look, because I just noticed a mistake I made with Chicago Cubs and the Brewers. I just decided not to say who won, but it was the Cubs. The Cubs ended up winning that series against the Brewers, and the Cubs look pretty good. Pete Crow Armstrong, remember that name? You ever heard of him? Pete Crow Armstrong? No. Remember the name. I'm not going to tell you why. Just write that name down.
Okay, I've heard about his cousin Neil.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong, Crow Armstrong. Yeah. He's yeah. What did he do?
And did
he hit 3,000 hits? What did Neil Armstrong do?
Neil Armstrong? No,
that's
he was an actor.
Bicycle guy.
No, Neil Armstrong was an actor. He was in like a space movie once.
Talking about
something about the moon. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know either. But which one's the bicycle guy?
That would be the other cousin, Lance. Best known for only having one testicle. Yeah. So, if anyone catches, it doesn't matter. Keep going.
All right, let's that's the weekend results. We said we were gonna talk about some Yankee stuff. Let's just jump into it. We talk about Pete Crow Armstrong because he's playing really good, but arguably the best player on the planet has to be Aaron Judge. I mean, when you look at his stats, and I'll pull his stats up right now, the guy's hitting 423. We're in what is this? What, May 5th? It is Cinco de Mayo, by the way. Arriba,
Yeah.
arriba.
I hope you had tacos today. I had an enchilada
I haven't ate dinner yet.
earlier. So, okay, we'll consider it. It's an option still for you. You've got time.
I know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But Judge hitting over 420, which, by the way, that'd be cool if he could hit 400 on the season. But it's almost not fair, right? Like, you have a guy who can hit a bunch of home runs. Usually he's not supposed to be able to hit for average, too. Judge is doing both. He's hitting for average and hitting for home runs, and he's just getting on base at an unreal clip. He's like leading the majors in almost everything. He's got 11 home runs. The major league lead is 12. He's right behind it. I mean, Aaron Judge's got.
And do you know why he's doing it right now?
Because he can't do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, because it's the beginning of the season. So he's gotta have time to really build it up before he lets it all fall down. That's
Yeah.
just, I mean, that's just how Judge
All
works.
falls down.
So, I mean, like realistically, we don't think this is gonna
You know, it's funny that you said
continue, right?
He said it's well, no, I don't think he's gonna hit 423 for the rest of the
Yeah.
year. But that would be pretty sick if he did, like I said. But it's funny you said that he only did that because, or he's only doing this because it's the beginning of the season. Look at the beginning of last season compared to now. Like the beginning, like
You don't
first
have-
31 games last season compared to first 31 games this season. He's a different player. He's a completely.
So what
different player.
happened? What happened? Did
Baseball.
Grimace go over there to New York, on the other side of New York, and talk to Judge?
I don't know.
Is it the reverse Paw Patrol curse? Like, what's going on with Mr. Judge?
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking something's going on, but then again, I don't know. I mean, he's a player that gets hot, and then he's a player that gets very cold, and usually like right when you need him.
I don't know, but I think he's still one of the best. Like he gets cold, but not really. Not really. I guess in some times, but like again, that's 31 games. Like it's not that many games. Like it is a lot of games, almost a quarter of the season.
Yeah, I
don't
guess.
know. I don't know. You can go on a tough
No.
31 game run, but like when you're Aaron Judge, I'd take him. I think, and I asked my friend Brett, who's a Yankees fan. You remember Brett? I was
Yeah.
like, dude, you're starting a franchise right now. You get the first overall pick, clean slate. You can pick any baseball player in the world. Are you picking Judge number 1? Or are you picking Ohtani? Who would you say? Whoa.
Wow. I was like, what is this?
What?
I am personally, for many reasons, beyond, and this is hard for me because I find them both to be very adorable men, you know? So like that's a moot point in this decision. And it would be part of my decision making. I think that I would pick Ohtani for the franchising power. Like I said, I mean, he's going to sell more jerseys and I want the money. So
There's the owner, the businessman. What about strictly baseball? You're still going Ohtani?
strictly baseball, I think I probably am still going Ohtani. I just think he's probably a little bit more dependable and like I enjoy both sides of it that he does. Obviously, that's what he's known for. I think it like for me think it makes me think of like old school baseball guys that did that. It's not common now, so I would still go Ohtani personally.
Okay. I mean,
Hard
I
to
don't think,
ask me that. I'm literally wearing the man's
Yeah.
jersey right now.
as I asked that, I was like, she's probably gonna be a little bit biased, but I don't know. Like I think Judge is the greatest hitter on the planet. I mean, the stats don't lie. Otani's not hitting 423, and you said yeah, he is
No.
two-way, but he hasn't done that in like 2 years. At least it doesn't
That's
feel
true.
like it. It doesn't feel like it. He's coming back this year allegedly, but I don't know. And I mean, you could go Otani because he's gotten it done in the World Classic. I mean, he's hit well on the big stage. You can't really say that recently with Aaron Judge.
Recently, yeah.
Recently with Aaron Judge. So, I don't know. Do you go with the guy who can do it in October and the regular season, or the guy who's phenomenal and better in the regular season, but he's got a monkey on his back when it turns into the fall?
That's the thing is like if you take out the two-way conversation, then maybe Judge edges out. But at the same time, I think I'm just a little sour on him for postseason. And I would prefer almost to go with a player who, like a John Carlo, who's like fine, but then in playoff season he's like insane, like
Turns
a
into
rabid
Babe
animal.
Ruth, yeah.
Yeah, and
Or
you're like,
Kike Hernandez, who like doesn't exist during the season and then all of a
right.
sudden hits like Babe Ruth in
And so
October.
I would rather take an average player who's just average, because that's all. I just need, like, we know the numbers, we know the stats now. I, as an owner, just need to get us to the playoffs. I don't need to do anything else. So if I can put a team that will get to the playoffs, then I want to make that team of average guys who will be feral in October, right? Like
Feral.
in, yeah, like I want them to just be like rabid animals in a, like caged up. They're just so ready to go out there and just tear baseball apart. Like that's what I want.
Um, sorry. Side note: have you seen Jackrabbits before?
Is that a movie?
No, it's a animal.
Yeah, yes, I think I know what a jackrabbit
My
is.
buddy was showing me these things. Dude, look how mean they are. Let me see if I can show you. Cause you said feral.
And you thought of this?
Yes. Look at that sucker right there on the bottom left.
I was looking at the bottom right, and that looks terrifying to me.
Okay, yeah, maybe the bottom right isn't that. You know, he's almost so cute that he is a little terrifying.
That looks like something that will kill you in your sleep, for
Yeah,
sure.
that one's a little scary. But even the one next to that on the left, like, I'm not petting that thing. Yeah, sorry, that's a little side note. I don't know what got
Anyway,
into me.
who would you pick if you're the owner?
Judge, I think.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't think there's a wrong answer. They're both
Otani just
very
seems
good.
so clutch, but Judge's numbers. I'm probably going Judge, and I might make the wrong decision.
I think we talked about it. I think last season was, at least I think last postseason was a really, really bad look for Judge at you were right, at such a huge stage, right? And I mean, when was the last time they were in the World Series before last year?
2009.
Well, that was when they won.
Yeah.
Had they been back? No. So that's what I'm saying. Like you've got all these eyes on you. It's the Yankees' first World Series this decade, and you flop basically. And I think that was really bad PR for him, but I think it was a little bit overblown. Just like I think Soto's overrated. I think Judge's badness was overrated. Like yes, he did not perform when we needed him to, but then frankly, the whole team did not.
But
right? Like
you know that's New York, and you know that.
yes, no, I know.
It's what
And
have
that-
you done for me lately up there? Like,
No.
They don't care.
I
Anything.
know.
Yeah.
I know, and I have conversations with my New York Yankees friends, of which I am not any longer, and they say the same thing, right? It's like, oh, these Yankees suck. And I'm like, you guys were just in the World Series. Like, I don't know what you want from them. But the whole team let them down. And so it's not just on Judge. It was on everybody. And now they can have beards, and it's just going to get worse, honestly. Our standards are dropping.
Other note,
It's like a girl who's been on Hinge for too long.
Trent Grisham in center field for the Yankees, major league mustache. Major league mustache.
I'm okay with the mustache. It's like military rules. Mustache, no beard.
Are you allowed to have mustache in the military?
Yes, but you cannot have a beard unless you're special ops.
Look at that guy.
Is my understanding. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments.
You see what I'm showing you right here? That's a show stash.
This is a guy who, like, could equally be. What is he? He's an outfielder?
Yeah, center field. But you could also be a fireman or a post
I
office worker.
was gonna say he could also be like picking up my trash. Like if this guy came to like fix my plumbing, I would believe it. If he came and he told me he was a Yankee, I would believe it. Like if he came and told me like he was a firefighter, I would like that is a man he's an everyman. That is every single man.
He has every job in the world. He is a baseball
could.
player. He is a plumber. He's
on
shines
the-
shoes.
He's on the pole fixing my electricity. Like that's just an everyman.
He sells sham wows at 10 p.m. on your local TV broadcast.
And it's the stash.
It is a stash. A stash can do a lot.
It gives him the power.
A stash can do a lot. It gives him the power. Well, we talk about Judge, and we're talking about the Yankees
Uh-huh.
and bad PR.
Yes.
I wanted to ask, is Aaron Judge anywhere near the Yankees' Mount Rushmore?
No.
All right, I thought this topic
Next
was going to
question.
generate more. I thought this topic was going to generate a little more discussion. I guess I'm going to have to agree with you because You think about the Yankees Mount Rushmore. I mean, who do you have on there? Probably Babe Ruth,
Ruth,
number one. Babe Ruth.
DiMaggio,
DiMaggio,
Gehrig,
Gehrig,
Mantle,
Mantle. I mean, but you can only have four. You
Jeter.
can only have four faces. I don't know if you
Oh, I
know
can only have
this.
four.
Well, Mount Rushmore only has four faces on it.
I don't actually. I've never seen it. I don't know how many.
So like you gotta have only four, and that's what's tough about the Yankees. Like Ruth for sure. Maybe leave DiMaggio off, but like okay, if you're gonna put Judge over, like if you're gonna leave Mantle off, are you putting Judge over Mantle? Maybe.
No.
I mean, he's got the record for the most home runs in a single season.
Judge?
Yeah. I mean, Yogi Berra has like 8 World Series rings. Judge doesn't have a single World Series ring. So that's why I keep him off.
So I was just going to say, I feel like also like Jeter, Rivera. I feel like if we're going to do eras, right, you have like definitely Ruth.
It's just the best of all time for Mount Rushmore.
But being the best is more than just having the best numbers.
You gotta have a ring.
It's the reason that people love Jeter. Like his numbers might be what they are, and people discuss that. I think I heard a bell ring, which means somewhere at a bar there's two guys discussing whether or not Jeter's overrated now in this moment. And you can have that conversation. But like he's Derek Jeter. He's going up on the Mount Rushmore. Like it is what it is. I don't make the rules. I just live in this world. And like he's that guy. I think in terms of modern baseball, you have not had a man.
There aren't just modern presidents on Mount Rushmore.
Well, that's because they made Mount Rushmore. When they made Mount Rushmore, there were modern presidents. It wasn't like just George Washington. It was also like guys that were around at that time. Who the hell's on Mount Rushmore?
I think it's Teddy. I think it's
Teddy Roosevelt,
Lincoln,
George Washington, Abe Lincoln, and who's the last guy?
Neil Armstrong? I don't know who's the last guy. It's Washington, Jackson, Teddy, and Lincoln.
Lincoln, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and when was it built or whatever, sculpted?
I thought it was natural. Like, I didn't think someone made that.
Oh,
1927. Wait, does that make sense? Yeah. Teddy Roosevelt was before 27? Man, I need to work on my history. I guess he was in early teens.
I was going to say, I think he was early teens, which means that, like I said, it's modern. So if I'm picking, so they picked somebody from the very beginning, George Washington. They picked someone from a very tumultuous time in their history, Abraham Lincoln. And then they picked, who's the last guy? Teddy, and then who was the one?
Only the most important president, maybe, in the history of the United States. Kept the Union together and freed the slaves.
I already said the Abe Lincoln.
Oh, Jackson.
Andrew Jackson, who was insane, and that's a thing that happened. And then you have Teddy Roosevelt, who's like basically from that time.
He made like national parks, so of course, if he made Mount Rushmore, he's gonna put his face on it. Come on.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you're looking at a swath of American history. You have to look at a swath of Yankees history. You can't just say it's going to be all from one era.
That's not the practice, though. You got to pick the 4 best of all time. That's not the practice. Whenever you do a sports Mount Rushmore, you got to do 4 best of all
I think
time.
I'm going to say, if you're thinking of, like, players that a normie would know, of which I consider myself somewhat in that Venn diagram, right? I'm not a guyer. I don't know all the stats and all the things. Then you kind of have to go with guys that everyone would know.
Okay.
Which is gonna be a Ruth and a Jeter and maybe a DiMaggio because he
banged
was
Marilyn
married.
Monroe.
Exactly. And then who's your fourth one? Is it gonna be Judge? I don't think
Hideki Matsui, Godzilla.
I don't know why I didn't see it before.
Yeah, that's fair. But either way, I think we both agree Judge not on the Mount Rushmore. He's got to win at least 5 World Series in order to get on that.
He's got to
thing.
win at least one.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for him that it hasn't happened.
Before Judge, Roger Maris had the single season home run record, and Judge beat that. But Roger Maris ain't on the Yankees Mount Rushmore at all. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
All right. Well, that being said, we've had enough Yankee talk. I was getting nauseous and almost threw up.
You keep doing it to us. I'm not even wearing any like Yankee
I'm
stuff
getting
anymore.
lightheaded. So only thing that's gonna bring me back to feeling better is if we go to everyone's favorite part of the show.
It's time for fair or foul.
Let's go to the first one. Dads. You've heard of dad strength. What about dad superpowers? Heck of a catch, Dad. Rob Friedman tweets on Twitter. Look at I can't see, and he still catches
This is why
it.
we love dads. This is why they're so important. And here's the thing. Typically, I would be very spiritually against this man. Can you tell me why?
Daddy issues. Oh, no, not daddy issues. Because he brought a glove to the game.
There you go.
Oh, man, I didn't
So
pick up on that.
normally, I would be very spiritually, emotionally, mentally, philosophically against this man. However, he's a good dad. And I gotta give it hats off to the
That
man.
glove's old, too. That's a 1980s glove, right? That's a Field of Dreams glove right there. But
Well,
look,
and if you're bringing your kid to the park and you're like, oh, we're going to bring our glove because we might catch a ball. Like, I can see that. That's cute. That's a good dad. And clearly he is because he's juggling a lot. He's got a lot on his shoulders. And you know what? He doesn't miss.
very much like a daughter to just try everything in her power to ruin the dad's day. Baseball coming at him, moment of his life. Look at that smile. Look at that smile. Look at how it disappears as soon as you can't see the ball. Look at the effect of daughters on the natural man. What a great.
Are you
sign.
getting this from our father? Did he send you notes before this episode?
Yeah, quite frankly, he said, "I love your sister, but."
But this is some shit she would do. And
Yeah.
maybe it is.
All right.
And you know what? He would succeed. This is absolutely fair.
Speaking of our father, let's look at umpires.
I
Oh,
really thought that was going to be a Pope segue.
Here we go. What about this ump? Stay an athlete. Stay in the legs and make the call. What a play.
Wow.
What a play. He stayed in his legs. And look at that smirk. I didn't do nothing. Fair or foul? Oy!
Oh, so fair. Come on. I got to give it to that guy.
Here's the thing,
But you
though.
know what?
What?
I will say, I feel like a few things happen. At that moment, his life flashes before his eyes and he jumps just because he's hoping to God that he will make it. When he hits the ground and realizes that he did actually accomplish that is when he gets like a little too cocky for me, but I'll let him have it because that looked pretty cool.
I'm going to be real. This right here, I mean, you've seen logos like the Jumpman logo for Michael Jordan. MLB for umpires need to make this the umpire logo.
Need to put that on some cleats.
All right, a little bit of a hard landing here, though.
That's where he's like,
Oh,
dear
quads.
God.
Quads are.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
This pose right here, his quads are hurting bad. But look at. Hey,
When he squares up like that, he's like, I just did that
he
shit.
kind of hit
Fat.
the whoa on them a little
Yeah,
bit.
he did.
Oh, let's see. Whoa. Okay, but we're not done there. We are not done there. Check this out. Boom. Makes the catch. And then a hop. Now he's doing too much. Classic dad moment. He got one time to shine. Next thing you know, now he's doing too much. He could have let
Now
this,
you're doing too much.
He could have let
That's
this
not
ball
the same
drop.
guy, is it?
It is the same
Oh, same
guy.
umpire.
Yeah,
Wow.
New day, same umpire.
Yeah, he got a taste and he ruined it. No, let the players play, huh?
All right. So much like an umpire. Does one good thing, tries to do another good thing, gets shit on. Also, terrible. Let's just break down the film here. There's a reason he's umpiring, maybe. Maybe he had a solid career in the minors or something. But let's break down the film here. Ball up in the air, eyes straight up. Great job there, but what's up with the hands? We got prayer hands. He's reading a book. He's reading a book. He's running around. He's zombie walking. You don't want to zombie walk to the ball. You want to be an athlete, but he does make the catch. And then a little hop.
Yeah, let the players play. The catcher could have caught that. What are we doing, ump? What are we
I
doing?
got ball boys. You want to be involved. Hey, sometimes it gets boring back there. I can speak from experience. Sometimes it gets a little boring back there, so you got to get active. So I'll say fair again. Double fair
right.
on that. Now,
I'm going to give it a foul.
let's go and look at Ouchtown. Population U, bro. Picking a baseball. Playing first base is a lot harder than it looks, and that right there tells you why. In the words of Kevin Millar from one of my favorite shows back in the day when I was a kid, Intentional Talk, got him right in the nuts. Right in the nuts.
Ouch. That's foul. And I don't know Is it the bad throw? Is it the bad glove work? Like what
That's
is
just,
it the
it's tough.
deep lunge? Like what happened here? What's the
Well, you
problem?
see, you miscalculated where the ball was a little bit.
Yeah.
That one's the worst one. That angle's the worst. This is tough.
Oof.
All right, see right here, he's thinking it's good. We're gonna catch this ball. It's good. He's right now. He's thinking it should have hit my glove. What's going on?
He's thinking it's an out,
There's
right?
no. He's thinking there's something wrong. The ball should have hit my glove by now. What is going on? Next thing you know, boom! Pain hasn't struck him yet. The ball hit him, but not the pain.
But he knows.
Pain hasn't been there yet, but
He knows it's coming.
there's the pain.
There
There's
it
the
is.
pain.
There it is. Now they wear cups, right?
Depends on the player. Oof.
Oh, really? So he might be, I don't know, that sucks.
That might be straight schlong that the ball hit right there. Let's see if we can break it down on this angle. Is it straight? Is it cup or schlong? From the reaction, I want to say it's schlong.
I think it's cup. I think if it was what you're
We'll see
saying,
here.
he would.
Oh no, that's sack, Lisa. That's
You
sack.
think so?
Yeah, let's break it down one more
I
time.
feel like even if it was, it would be audible even on mute. You know what I mean?
That's pretty audible. Look at that. He grabbed straight sack. He's not wearing a cup. A lot of guys don't wear cups unless they're catching or something.
Because they're like so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I guess. Oof. Ouch. I can't keep
Well,
watching
then,
that.
if you're not gonna wear a cup, then you better be a better player, I guess. I don't know what to
Well,
tell you,
that's
guy.
what Pop always told me. He was like, well, I wore a cup when I was like 7, which I don't know why. Like, what am I protecting at 7 years old, to be
Hey.
honest? Well, I'm just saying.
It would still hurt.
I guess it would.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying? And I stopped wearing a cup. And I got hit one time in my nuts when I was 11. Bad hop straight to the gonads. And I was in pain. And he goes, well, if you don't want to get hit in the nuts, use your glove. And I was like,
Yeah.
I can't argue with that logic. I should have caught it. So I can't.
That's good pop logic.
Yeah.
Gotta give it to him.
Well, let's look at next week. Let's move on to next week. The midweek matchups. Anything cool happening here? I see one matchup. I see two matchups.
Okay, tell me.
Yankees, Padres. Padres in the Bronx. I'm not sure if Michael King's going to be pitching that series, but do you remember Michael King?
No.
He's the pitcher that was traded from the Yankees for Juan Soto.
Oh,
So it would
okay.
be cool. Let me see if that boy's pitching. That'd be pretty neat. Let me scroll up. But there's that, and then there's also Giants Cubs, which I think would be a fun series to watch. Let's see here. Yankees. I don't know. Anything you see?
Rays, Phillies. Of course, I'm always looking for the Rays now.
That's a 2009 World Series rematch right there. All right.
Rays, Phillies.
Yes, Rays, Phillies. Or 2008.
2009.
Sorry, 2008.
Okay, I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm
Um,
going crazy.
Mariners, A's. So we'll have some movement there
Oh,
potentially.
yeah,
on
that could be
either of
cool.
those teams.
A's going for first
Yeah.
place. Michael
Yeah.
King on the Padres pitches against the Yankees, and Michael King's having a great year. If you want, we can look at the weekend if you're good
Yeah,
here.
let's look at the weekend.
Oh, Detroit automatic sweep. Congratulations, you won. Let's go ahead and look at the weekend matchup. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, Phillies at Guardians. Padres with another easy series against
We
the
happy with that
Rockies.
matchup? Is that the best matchup we could have had on ESPN?
On this date, let's see. Cubs Mets would have been fun to watch. I'd rather watch Cubs Mets.
Yeah, I agree. Or Yankees A's, only because I want to see what the A's do. Or Padres Rockies, because I
No.
love watching crash outs. I really do.
No, it's terrible. Yeah, Mets Cubs would be fun to watch. Let's go ahead and do primetime picks. Why not?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
last week, the returning champion, aka me, aka the greatest picker of all time, aka the smartest man on the earth, aka your brother, got it right last week.
I didn't know that's what the lead up was for.
Yeah.
You, are you sure? You didn't get that wrong?
100%. Everything I said
need
is
to fact
factual.
check that.
Oh, if you need to fact check it and you don't believe me and you don't think that I'm telling the facts 100%, just look at primetime picks because I'm batting 1,000 right now. So
Gotcha. Okay, well, I picked first last time, so you pick first this time.
All right, Phillies and Guardians at Cleveland on Sunday night. Let me check the pitchers here because that's very important. As you know, you got to know the pitchers. That's very important. So let me go ahead and scroll over here. Find me the Phillies and the Guardians playing at 7:10. Oh, I love it when the app does this. Pitching for the Phillies is to be determined, and pitching for the Guardians is also to be determined. So
Yeah, I didn't think so because it's like a week out.
classic matchup, to be determined versus to be determined. Don't know a lot about those pitchers. You know, I'm thinking one's a power pitcher, one's got some junk. To be determined versus to be determined. Let me go ahead and take home run pitch. Good changeup. I'll go Jose Ramirez and the Guardians over the Phillies, just because they're at Cleveland, and I don't know. I'm giving a thumbs up to Cleveland.
Okay. I'm gonna go with the Phillies. I think the Phillies have been playing well. Sorry, I'm checking my app now. I mean, it's about that time where the Phillies need to start, I think, doing some stuff. I mean, they're doing fine, but like you said, the Braves might be waking up. We've got the Mets are potentially slowing down.
Yeah.
This would be a good time for the Phillies to kind of kick it into high gear,
On
and
prime
especially
time.
against a team that they could potentially be seeing in the playoffs anyway. So I'm gonna go Phillies, mostly because you didn't pick them, but also because of the things I just said.
Did you just foreshadow a Cleveland Phillies World Series?
No, but maybe like a playoff game.
That'd be pretty hard to do since they're in different leagues.
Okay, then maybe a World Series.
Okay. I'm just messing with you. Don't get an attitude with me.
Okay.
That's all I got.
That's all I have, which was nothing. You brought everything to the table as you normally do, and I appreciate your work for it.
I didn't bring nothing to the table. You brought
Well, you brought the show.
and you brought the boom. We
Oh,
bring the
gosh.
boom.
No.
That's what
No,
we
no, no.
do. All right.
We do not.
I don't have
We do
anything
not.
else. You want to close it
All right,
up?
well then, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell us who would be on your Mount Rushmore for your favorite team. Doesn't have to be for the Yankees, but I want to know.
Also, let me know, Aaron Judge or Ohtani, if you got the first overall pick in a fantasy draft. Who would
It's
pick?
got to be Ohtani. I don't think anyone's gonna pick Judge.
I'm picking
I really
Judge.
don't.
The room is split
All right.
50-50, so we'll see what the audience and our thousands of fans say. So we're looking forward to thousands of comments this episode.
I hope so. All right.
Even if it's one person commenting 1,000 times, I'm looking forward to it.
Well then, we'll see you next week.
Yes, ma'am. See you guys.
Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun. I know that you said you don't think of me, but what you're doing now is telling different. Tell me what you're drinking, we can go pour one. Tell me what you're thinking, we can have some more fun.